Excuse me, sir. Excuse me, sir. Honorable. Happy Democracy Day.
Good morning, but that other one, Democracy Day. Is there Democracy Day?
Yes, there is. There is Democracy Day. Today is June 12th, and we are celebrating Nigeria Democracy Day.
I don't think there is anything to celebrate, because as we actually progressed in democratically.
Okay, sir. Can you tell us how has President Bola Ahmed Tinubu administration has been how has democracy been so far?
Well, for this government, I think say the democracy no go far, rara. You no go far now.
Can you be specific, sir?
When you look at it, dividends of democracy that they say, this government, the rule of law and the freedom of speech, they don't use style, cage am. If you look am very well, they don't cage am somehow. People are not free to express and demonstrate like it used to be. When he dobale for democracy on the swearing-in day, we didn't know that one dobale láti fi kó wa lómi ọbẹ̀ ni.
You're very funny, sir.
Yes, so the democracy only progress when the electoral part of it are well handled. They are not talking about electoral reform. They are only giving themselves endorsement for second term. So how has the democracy progressed? He said you are celebrating democracy.
Democracy as how can you, what do you think, what would be your advice for the government regarding democracy?
Do they want our advice? They know what they want to do. Which kind of advice you will give them?
Of course.
As long as they remain in power, that's what is important to them. You must understand Democrats, the difference between Democrats and power mongers. Those who are just interested in getting to office. Democracy is just a platform, it's a system of governance that will enable them get to office. They are not particular about this, the rule of law or the principles of democracy. Don't let us deceive ourselves. The democracy is to make politicians richer and the people poorer. That's the kind of democracy we are practicing in Nigeria. So stop saying you are celebrating. What are you celebrating?
But we've often heard that democracy is for the people, by the people, and for the people.
And me are now telling you that it is the scam of some people to defraud some people so that the other people can be lower than them.
What do you think the government should have done better regarding democracy?
Now, for those who claim to be Democrats, for those who claim to be progressive, let's be serious. What have they said about electoral reform to really make votes count? What have they done to make rule of law, really be practicable in this administration? What have they done about freedom of speech? Nothing. Apart from the fact that Nigerians are suffering and complaining of hunger, but the real democracy since the last 2 years, what has this government done? Normally about this time in any administration, they are talking about what to reform in the Electoral Act. But now they are not talking about it. They are only talking about endorsement for the next election. Is that democracy? Is there any improvement in our democracy? If care is not taken, there's going to be retrogression. Mark my words. There's going to be retrogression. Against the 2027, you discover that even the electoral practices will even be worse than it used to be. Don't let me make you unhappy. You want to celebrate Democracy Day, Abby? We cannot spoil your joy.
Of course, democracy is for all and sundry. That's why I'm asking you how you are marking the day by yourself.
Yeah, I'm marking it. At least you see fila on my head now, and I'm dressed in it. Is that not enough? Am I to kill ram?
No, that's not enough. I think when we're practicing democracy is for all. But how has government been so far? What can we tell them? What can they do in order to?
Democracy is supposed to be for all, because it's supposed to be government of the people, by the people, for the people. But it's now government of a few, by a few, and for a few. So that's what is happening. So there is nothing to celebrate yet. Maybe later when we begin to see improvement in our democratic practice, maybe we'll now celebrate. But for now, nothing to celebrate yet. We are only advancing in age. Democratically, we say that we have been there for 26 years, Abi. That's just it. But in terms of the practice, the principles and tenets of democracy, they are not yet reflecting despite 26 years. A 26-year-old should be doing youth service or even working now. He's an adult, you understand? But in the area of democracy, we are not ọjọ́ orí wa àti experience yẹn kò match.
Thank you very much, sir. But if we look at it in a way, we will see that President Bola Ahmed Tinubu has removed subsidy. This is also part of being caring and being
where you got to. The subsidy himself, scam. There is nothing like subsidy.
What makes you say so, sir?
Now, every government kept removing subsidy. Tinubu led protests in 2012 that there is nothing like subsidy, that Jonathan should not remove subsidy. So where did he see the subsidy is removing now? That's number one. Then when he now removed the subsidy, he now changed it from subsidy to SufferD. SufferD, because Nigerians have been suffering since then. They removed subsidy, they floated the naira, all the policies have brought pains. They said it will still make Nigeria better, but maybe when it gets better, we'll come and praise them. But for now, democracy is like man surviving by the grace of God. If they want us to really be celebrating democracy, then they need to do some things, improve on what they met, what brought them. The system is not perfect, yes, but what have they done to improve on the system they met democratically? Nothing. The National Assembly is singing on your mandate we stand during budget presentation. Is that democratic? It's supposed to be check and balance, but the one that's supposed to be checking the executive is already saying that they are standing on the mandate of the executive. Are they going to check anything? The Senate president moved a motion to endorse the president for second term, 2 years to the next election, in the presence of the president, and the president came to pick the mic and he did not even correct him that, look, don't overheat the polity, don't let us start that now. Even if he's going to deceive Nigerians, at least not to. But he was enjoying it. So they have not really improved democracy yet. When politics was really, when INEC, people feared INEC. You dare not declare that you are contesting 2 years to the next election. No, but even now, president is even taking endorsement. People are openly displaying the billboard that they are campaigning, that they are contesting. Until INEC declare campaign open, you don't state it that you are contesting. You may be doing things, they call it underground work, consultation. But now people are openly doing it. Why? Even the president too is taking endorsement, even more than 2 years to the election. So you understand? So this government, this administration of President Bola Ahmed Tinubu in the last 2 years has not done anything to improve democracy. So
thank you very much, sir.
I made you unhappy. You want to celebrate democracy?
Of course, definitely.
Okay. Happy democracy, be celebrated.
Thank you, sir. That will be held, sir.